What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dorgatron Prime. Hey guys, I've been wanting to share my general experience with the Digifest. I watched the podcast that ProPlay had and I overall really enjoyed the content. I never really got to express myself on my channel, but especially about experiences like that. So I thought it'd be really cool to share it. I'll also link to you guys in the description uh, the pro play video. It's basically a podcast with Steven, Lewis, the Panda, um, Daniel Grill, Yadam, very notable players, Max Sapera. So they're just going off on like just general information about how their experience with Digifest went and like how they took everything. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I've never really been like a face on this channel. So I'm trying to express myself a little bit more. Bear with me. I sound really awkward. The audio in this room is fucking terrible. I curse. This audio in this room is terrible. I will bleep that out. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into it. So I went ahead and had a full mental breakdown of what I was gonna play the week prior. So I was struggling. Danny recommended a list that was showing like huge results, which was Lilith Loop. I was gonna take Christmas because I topped at the PPG event. I got top 8 for their regional qualifier. So I'm invited to that at least. But yeah, I was gonna go ahead and go play with Christmas at the Digimon event. Not knowing really like what I was doing, because at the same time, like I kind of played a little handicapped on that pro play regional qualifier. I didn't know Rhino can swing and warp for 3. I was digivolving for 5. Shouldn't be telling people that I'm a scrub, but I mean I still made a top 8 somehow magically. But yeah, I was struggling with that. Choosing a deck is very hard, especially when you have to do side decks. I didn't really prepare myself for a side deck either. I know most, like ProPlay made it very easy for people to start doing it. But I also work at a card shop. I work at Nowhere Toys and Comics. That's why I record there so much. Basically what happened there was we had an employee leave and I was picking up shifts and we were looking to hire somebody, but I'm trying to get everything worked out. I can only move as fast as like people apply. So yeah, it was a big stress. Danny G brought to me the Lilith Loop list that Ying played with, considering I played Lilith Loop last format. I really enjoyed it last format, and I was just worried about how I would do this one. So I tried my own version of it. I got 3rd place at the store I work at. I didn't feel like that was good enough though. No, I got 2nd place. And I didn't know if that was good enough. So I tried out Ying's list. I didn't expect everything to work so well like it did. Like everything was just so perfect in terms of like ratios and stuff like that, where if you went ham, you went like all the way. There was no going back. Even misplays felt like there was always something to catch you back into the plays in your hand because of the Eismon and the Gabus and the Demi just giving you all those cards in your hand, and you just have a separate option if you do misplay. That's why I kind of really got along with the deck very well. So yeah, so I ended up trying out the deck. I really enjoyed it. I didn't have that much practice with it. I think I practiced with it for about a week, and in that week I played like 3 days. But I did get the gist of it because I did play it last format. The only thing I had to get used to was the Cerberus Mon, which confused me. But as soon as I got the Cerberus Mon playing into line within those 3 days, I was able to just play with the deck like it was intended to. So I will be sharing with you guys the list as well. So actually, I'll make the list the thumbnail of this video. I think that would be the right thing to do. So I did get paired up in round 1 with Lilith Loop, which would be a mirror match for me, and I was already having a hard time. I was like, damn it, this player might know more than me at this moment. And like I was just worried about that. I also forgot my side deck, and I didn't notice until I got to the venue, and I was like, no. If I get paired up with red once, I'm gone. And or at least I have to hope they don't high roll the hell out of me. So round 1 was against Lilith Loop. It was a very fun game. The guy was very nice. I kind of helped him through his plays too. And I did learn some things from actually watching his misplays in some scenarios. But he overall bricked, and that was like the biggest thing. Playing through your bricks is very important. I did not practice with mulligan, so every brick hand I got was just play through it. And like, even when I mulliganed at the event, the brick hands afterwards were just as good. Like, I just knew, like, everything I practiced for was not perfection. I practiced with imperfections first. So that was a huge thing, because you can't always see the best cards in your hand, and Lilith Loop, it can get kind of bricky. So I did win that match 2-0. Then I went on stream for Pro Play Games, and they also talked about this in the podcast, and I've talked to a couple of my friends. They were overall like super excited to see me on stream. They're hyping me up, and then I see it's a blue matchup, and I'm like, damn, I haven't practiced against blue, even though it is the best deck in the format. I haven't practiced with this deck specifically against blue. I do watch a lot of the videos I post, so I get a general gist. I tried my hardest to not give her any leeway, especially if she bricked. And of course, she kind of gave me too much memory to work with in the beginning of the game, so I just took advantage of that. I kept going and going and going. Eventually, like, the lights turned off. I had dropped my whole hand on the table, and I was just like, nope, I'm not losing this win. I'm not losing it for nothing. And like, I just kept going off and off. Thank you to the Judge Matt for bringing the game states. I kept forgetting to put things in trash. I was just super nervous. By the way, this was my first big event, and it was like a huge thing for me. So please roast me. I want to get better at this stuff. So any misplays, I love to get like kind of crapped on, because that's when it sticks in my head. I'm just like, all right, that's never happening again. It's like it engraves in my brain that way, which is not the best thing. But anyways, I'm just ranting. I went ahead, I won that game 2-0. She was really nice. It was just very one-sided, me just playing cards. You can also watch it on the Digifest stream that Pro Play had. So I also had an interview with Lewis, the Panda. You guys know him. He won Digifest, third place in Digifest, and he is our Digi Showdown champion. So playing against, like, talking to Lewis and like in a professional setting, it felt kind of weird, but I had to be honest, and like, I do like underestimating myself against my opponents, because as soon as I start to get too confident, I play in a certain way where it puts me in a weird position. I'm like underestimating their moves and not really paying attention to what they're playing or what they're adding to hand, and I like to underestimate myself. And kind of like think like negatively, so like I can see everything going on, like the worst case scenario, the best case scenario. Oh, if I swing, if I don't die, oh no. but yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that. That's just the way I process games. I'd love to figure out the best way and the worst way if that ever happens, before I commit to a move. The overall like interview was pretty cool. It was really short. The lights going off was funny. Then the third match was basically me against a machine Dramon, which I did not expect. The guy was super nice though. And he almost had me in one of the games. Basically like I knew what his deck generally did, but as soon as you give purple too much memory, I don't have to worry about what you're doing. I just have to worry about what I'm doing to take full advantage of the memory you're giving me. He did play correctly. He just, like, I didn't expect the Chaos Dramon, which is, like, I think the Machine Dramon that, like, it's, like, it's that new, the new Machine Dramon, that digivolves over the Machine Dramon for 2 and then pops a bunch of things on board. That card is crazy. I did not expect that at all. So I planned accordingly. Most of the games I decked out myself, but knowing I had game on board, I just like overcommitted and I just went for every possible play because I can't give Machine Dramon not even a second. He didn't see his memory tamer both games, which made a huge difference. He was hitting, I think he hit 2 Jax raids between 2 games. And then in his final, my final swing to determine that second game, I swung and hit a ultimate connection, but he didn't have the card to discard to make it overall to get that memory. So he couldn't pass over the turn, and I was so relieved because that was literally the one card I did not expect in security. I just learned from that moment. I was like, dang, overcommitting in these events can, get me a game loss. I should make sure I have the sufficient memory or the memory blockers on board to make sure this doesn't happen. I was just really lucky. Then I wasn't just like, I did it. Like I played through that game. He was doing really well. He had an Omnimon X, which was huge, because it could block multiple attacks. And like, I was terrified of that thing. So going into game 4, I played against a green-blue hybrid. The guy had me like scared the whole time. I won, I think 2-0. I believe it was 2-0. Not 100% sure, or it was 2-1. It was 2-1. It was super close. Game 1, I wasn't able to get it all started. And I was already worried at that point. Game 2, I was able to get everything going. And then I eventually just got in enough hits for game. I also played around the tamers and stuff like that. And then game 3 was super close. I think I hard dropped a champion or ultimate, and I just managed to somehow come back. It was a really good game though. He had a chance to win, but I had the Eismon in the raising area, and it would have been able to like, he would have been able to swing at it. It would have been perfect because he would have decked me out and just passed turn, but it just didn't. It wasn't on board, so didn't kill myself. Then game 5, it was really fun. I played against, I think it was on stream again. This is where it got hard. Because not like the other games were hard, but this is where like I played against a mirror match against a guy named Diego. Super nice dude. He's from Puerto Rico, playing Lilith Loop, and we just went back and forth. And like, unfortunately, like he saw the Gabu, the Eismon, and then the Jax Rays in security, and I was just like, no, it's not happening. I'm falling too behind. I need one more piece to come back. Game 2, it was like, oh, I put out 3 Eismons. I don't have an ultimate. I don't have answers. I'm just swinging to get as much damage in as possible. I had game. Next turn, if I put him to 1, I knew that for a fact, but somehow he was able to get out of it with Jack's raids, and I think it was Dead or Alive, and it was just insane. So what was the next one? So 6, I believe. Let me see. No, game 5 was actually against Dangbang. That was 6. The Lilith Loop mirror match was 6, but game 5 was against Dangbang, and I was already having a heart attack. That man is absolutely crazy, and I respect him to the utmost. Like, that guy, I was so excited to play him, but at the same time, I'm like, why? I'm undefeated. So we ended up playing, I ended up getting a 2-0. I think I hit a Jack's raid. No, 2 Deathclaws, which were the only 2 answers to beat him. It was just a really good game. Like, he was a really good sport about it. Guys, if you ever get a chance to play with him, absolute best person to play against, because he did teach me that Eismon gains 2,000 per Eismon in Trash. Then again, I didn't read cards, and I didn't know this, so it was just like, oh, no, I made it this far, and I'm pretty sure he's survived his security checks, and that could have been another body on board. But moving on, so that was 5, and then 6 was the Lilith Loop. 7th was the D Brigade. D Brigade catching me completely out of the water. It was a very close match between us. It was just back and forth. Like, he was just basically rookie rushing me, like they're supposed to, and just swinging, hitting, living, and it was just. I lost the first game. Second game, I was able to clutch it out with Deathclaws, and then third game, it was just all down to him swinging and hitting a hammer, Jack's raid. The Jack's raid put him to 1. He wasn't able to hybrid for game. He also had the Dark Digimon in hand. So yeah, something in this game was just like, hey, like, you need to get further. I was actually like on the breaking point, because I was already underestimating myself so much, and like almost losing that match was just like insane. Like, it was all down to a security check. I really do give props to the guy. He did amazing. He even ended up doing his I think his deck profile with Ride My Avatar, I believe, or yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ride My Avatar. But yeah, really cool dude. It was a really close game. Then the final match, just because Tyler ended up winning against his opponent, was me versus a friend from nowhere, Toys and Comics, Daniel. He plays in general like yellow, purple, and then every now and then like security control. And I already know more or less how that game plays out. He's very tough opponent, due to like, I know he does these little mind games and he likes to get in my head, and I'm just, I've completely fell into it, by the way. I know, like, he's just so good. He's just really good with those with the way he plays, and like bait you into things and trap you into things. He's just really good at it. And I try my hardest to confuse him a little bit, but then I start misplaying, and I'm just like, oh no. So game 1, I basically threw it, because I was trying to fist fight with Yellow Hybrid, and I just scooped it up because I know that time matters. So I was like, we're not going into time. I let him know, I was like, oh, I don't want to go into time, so I'm going to try to speed this up as much as possible. I know both our decks have a lot of thinking. So, yeah, so game 1 I lost, game 2 I won, and then game 3 came down to overtime. I had like 15-minute combo going into overtime. I was just trying my hardest. I almost overcommitted and messed up. But again, the deck is super, super good at having backup options if you do mess up. So that helped me out. I was able to clutch out the game and win. All right, so then I finally made it to top 16. This is my first event. I was super excited. Everybody was telling me, you're gonna do it, you're amazing. And I just wanna say thank you guys so much, because it means so much to me that you guys stood there and like gave me confidence. Like shout out to Miami Misplay, shout out to Fernando, Yadam, Lewis, Dan, like Danny G, all of them, because like I didn't have the confidence in myself to go through all this this whole tournament, even though I had the practice and I worked really hard on this deck in the set prior, and like I was expecting other nationals where I went 6-3 and I just lost one game and I couldn't go to day 2, but I was able to clutch it out, and it was just great, and it was a great experience. And I'm so glad I found Ying's list, and I told everybody I played against, I was like, dude, this man is a chemist, he's insane. Ooh, please try the list, it is insanely good. But yeah, I was able to clutch it out. Unfortunately, in top 16, like I bricked, and the guy that I was playing against, he knew. I didn't make it known, but I had to hard play the champions, and like I was just such in a bad position, and I was just like, bro, I give you 4, you play a Davis, you're guaranteed to go to 3, and then you just play a Madoki, and I'm just stuck. And I'm like, okay. But it was literally that, like I just couldn't get around the Madokis, I didn't have the right hands, like it was just awkward. I was drawing all my regular Eismons, I was drawing all the Cerberus Werewolf mods, and I was like, where are the regular ones? But very good game. The guy ended up getting second place, so I just want to say congratulations to him for being a nut, basically, because dude, getting a Lilithmon is no small feat. There's a lot of there was a lot of hardcore grinding and just back-to-back games, so if you could clutch it out, you earned it. Like I feel like I don't have luck in that situation. I just feel like I kind of did it. And when I finally, this is like the first time I can say I actually, I just did it. I didn't really think about it in the sense where it was lucky or unlucky, because that's when stuff starts to mess with your head too much. But just say that you did it and just move on with it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I was just rambling on through this whole video, but it's the first time I record myself doing this whole sharing thing with my day at Digifest. But I just wanted to share it with you guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I have not forgotten to post. I'm just trying to figure out how I can construct this channel to be the best it can be. And I'm trying to figure out if the gameplay videos are really where it's at for that. Because I have a lot of information, and I feel like I've studied the game to the point where every card has a use, and I don't feel like I'm sharing that, and I don't feel like I'm included in my videos either. Even with the voiceovers, there's also that point where I'm literally working from 12 in the morning, or 12 in the afternoon to 12 at night, and I don't have enough time to literally have take a breath to record. And Mondays and Tuesdays are my only days off, and it just feels like I'm just bombarded with small tasks. Right after Digifest, I had to go help my my mother-in-law and her store, or else they would have closed the shop and they would have only done 2 goes, and I just didn't want her in that position. I'm kind of glad I went. I don't know why I didn't think about it, but Like, I didn't know why I thought about it. I was just like, I should have just gone. And I helped her out. I also was able to get compensated for it, and like it was just overall just a good thing to do. And just finding time for things is just really hard. I'm just trying to time manage everything. With rent in Florida overall, just jumping up. I have to find a new place. I'm trying to like work-life balance and then YouTube balance. So I've been all over the place for the past year. So I apologize for that. That is none of you guys are that like the fault for that. It's literally me just trying to figure it out to the best of my ability and trying to just do it, you know? But thank you guys for sticking with it. Thank you for the new subscribers. I'm sorry you guys had to see this rant, but subscribe, like stay subscribed. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I just wanted to share with you guys this like weird video of just me talking about, again, Digifest and how it went for me and where the videos are kind of going. There will be more content. I will be dropping a lot of BT8 content because that's where I'm looking forward to. Guys, remember to like and subscribe, and we brick by nature.